How do you teach value in your art classes? I have tried a bunch of different ways to introduce and help students practice value techniques and how to add shading and contrast and highlights and shadows to their works of art. The most important thing to remember when you start a project that focuses on value is that students need that foundation of understanding in order to create a successful work of art. So how do you do that? Check out the activities and projects I use to slowly scaffold understanding of using value in a work of art. In my intro-level art classes, we always start with really quick, fast shape and value activities. These include handouts on how to turn a shape into a form using value, creating grayscales, and testing out different types of pencils using graphite scales. Once we have some practice and some sketchbook practice, we begin on our first value-focused project. Students pick an object to redraw, and then they add lines in the background that reflect that object. This comes after they have already learned about contour lines and line quality, so this project kind of pulls all of those things together with the addition of value that they have just practiced. Next, we do scratchboard animals. I allow my students to trace their animal onto scratchboard because the focus of this project is not contour drawing, it is really pushing that sense of value and contrast. And they have to use hatching, cross-hatching, stippling, and scribbling only. I love scratchboard for value projects because you can't blend to shade. So many students rely on that too early before they understand that it can actually create a really smudgy gray look if not done properly. In my drawing 1 classes and drawing 2 classes, we continue to review shading. I do a lot of shading handouts where they practice using different shading techniques to create value scales and to shade objects. We also do drapery projects. This is a great introduction to charcoal because at this point they have understood shading, they've practiced value, and now they can apply it to a new material using charcoal. After that, they're going to create studies of different objects using different materials. So we have a pen and ink one, a pencil or charcoal one, and then a mixed media one. We're focusing on natural materials so they have more organic shapes. And then at the end of an intermediate drawing class, students are creating perspective drawings of interiors. This one is very challenging, but I'm always blown away by the results. You can use charcoal and charcoal pencils for this because you want to really get those deep blacks and bright whites and really push the contrast. In my advanced level drawing classes, we are bringing in more complex subject matter. We're doing a lot of portraits in this class. We start with an altered portrait, then we're doing a realistic charcoal drawing. I really push them to think about expression in this because they could have a lot of fun with just a simple expression. And then value really is applied to a lot of my other advanced projects. We do a realistic object study. We use other materials, but value always plays a role in this, especially if you're going for more realistic works of art. I hope these value projects help inspire you. You can read more in depth about each one. I have a blog post on how I use value in my classroom. Click the link in my bio to check out my blog.